Of course, one of the biggest news this week has to be the fact that 5 prominent artists has had their visas revoked, which means that the lucrative market of America is no longer open to them. The Musical Heatwave caught up with journalist Mandingo in the week just to find out exactly his spin on things as they are.
Well, first of all, let's name the 5 artists recently. Well, 4 of them are artists and 1 is a selector. Ricky Trooper, formerly of Kilimanjaro, but now has his own Sound Trooper. His US visa was revoked. Movado's US visa was revoked, as well as Beenie Man's, Bounty Killer, Hydonia. I said Movado, Beenie Man, Bounty Killer, Hydonia. 5 of them. Their visas have been revoked. And what is so... Well, SZA was from long time, but we're talking, that's why I said the recent 5. Now, what is happening is that what the US regime did, which was wrong, is that these artists, these people, didn't know their visas were revoked because it was put up on the internet with their passport details, I am told, with their pictures and so on, which is a breach of their privacy. Because in a world of identity theft, unscrupulous people having personal information about your name, your date of birth, etc., and whereabouts and so on, can commit a lot of transgressions using your name. And this was very, very wrong for the US regime to do that. And there should be a lawsuit against them for divulging people's personal details like that. But why were their visas revoked? It is the right, or a country who gives out visas have the power to withdraw visas, just like passports. But not because you have a right, you must abuse your authority. Up to now, I have not heard anything substantial as to why their visas were actually revoked. In the case of Sound Trooper, I can understand, because I saw where he did an interview in Atlanta, in the US recently, Atlanta, Georgia, and he was drunk, drinking Hennessy, and he said a lot of stupid things, and he waved what appeared to be a gun known as a Glock. Now, whether it was a real Glock or an imitation Glock, I don't know. But he waved a gun device that resembled a Glock. I'm saying this carefully because no one so far can prove whether it was a real gun or a replica. But apart from that, he should not have done such an interview. He was talking his mind, and nothing is wrong with talking your mind. But it's not what you say, but it's how you say it, as we say in Jamaica. And he really had a lot of good points and complaints about people and things in the music industry. He criticized Bruce Golding, who has continued the PNP policy of clamping down on sound system dances and so on, which is part of the culture of the people, and I agree with him on that. And he said a lot of things about so-called promoters and so on in the business, showing favoritism and, you know, not being just and that type of thing. But he should have done it in a sensible and intelligent manner, not in that drunken fury in which he did it. And so he has paid the price for his folly. That is what you call a self-inflicted wound. In the case of the other 4 people, Hydonia, Bounty Killer, Beenie Man, and Movado, I would like to hear from their management, if they have any management, what are the reasons for the revocation of their visas, because I'm not into any rumor mongering. So I know that this series will continue until I hear why their visas were revoked. I'll stay silent where that is concerned. But what is also important is that it is showing that Jamaican artists have to realize that they cannot depend on just touring abroad to survive and to make money. They have to pay attention to the Jamaican market. Too many times they demand exorbitant sums to perform at stage shows in Jamaica and price themselves out of the business. 2 minutes? And this is a wake-up call to the rest of them to be sensible. The recent loss of 5 visas by 5 people in the Jamaican industry, their US visas, is a wake-up call for other artists and sound system selectors in Jamaica to be sensible and to be careful of the company that they keep in Jamaica and abroad. If they don't learn from what has happened to these 5 personalities in the business, then they will go the same way, because it means they have not learned from the experiences, the bitter experiences of others. They have been warned because they have seen what has happened. If you are smart, don't let it happen to you. Mandingo, the Jamaican African music journalist and authority. I say Jamaican African music journalist and authority because I have to put to rest this false and spurious idea promoted by some alien propagandists that they are not Jamaican Africans, they are not from Jamaica, but they want to pretend as if they are authorities and experts on the culture of Jamaican Africans.